Hey, Emma here. Today I'm going to talk to you about belief systems. And do you have unhelpful belief systems that are blocking your progress in life? Do you know that what you believe isn't true? Let me explain that a little bit further. You only know what you know. And you don't know what you don't know. There is a training cycle, a well-known training cycle. And it starts off with, when you want to learn something new, it starts off with unconscious incompetence. And that's actually the place that we live in most of the time. We don't know what we don't know, is what that's saying. And then as we decide to learn something new, we go into conscious incompetence, right, which is the next stage. And it's the bit that when we realise, the point when we realise that actually we don't know about whatever subject it is, whatever it is we want to learn. And then, as we learn, as we go through this process of learning new things, we go into conscious competence, which is when you've learned how to do something and you're practicing it, but you're having to practice it in a very conscious way. You're having to think about what you're doing. And then the next stage on is unconscious competence. That means when you are just doing something automatically from your subconscious, when you don't have to think about it anymore. It's like if you speak another language, first of all, you probably didn't even think about that language. And then at some point you realised that it was something you wanted to learn, but you didn't know anything about it right now. Then you had to learn and practice. And when you were speaking to somebody or conversing in this language, you had to think about everything you said and translate it in your head. But when you become fluent, you just talk in that language. You think in the language as you're talking, so you don't have to do this constant translation. And that's your unconscious competence. Similar cycle when driving, when you first learn to drive, if you've done that, you go into your lessons thinking, yeah, I'm going to learn to drive, and everybody does it, it's going to be really easy. And then you start your first lessons and it's overwhelming. You're like, oh my God, how am I ever going to learn how to do this? You realise how much you don't know. But you practice, you learn, you persist, and you practice some more, and then you can drive. But you are driving consciously. You're thinking about everything you're doing. You're thinking about mirror, signal, gear stick, manoeuvre, clutch, accelerator, pedestrians around, the signpost, where you're going, what other cars around you. You're thinking about it all. But then you pass your test and you practice driving a little bit more. It's not long after you've practiced your test, or you've passed your test, because you get that confidence level, that you are then moving in to driving subconsciously or unconsciously. You don't think about it anymore. You get in the car and you just drive. Now, that's a very long-winded way around of explaining about belief systems and how you only know what you know. You only know what you have learned. And your brain is yours. So you will tend to believe it, strangely, but you will. You will believe what you think, and you will think that what you believe is the truth. And actually it's not. It's just what you believe. And it's the same for all of us. We all grow up with different cultures, different friends, different influences, different experiences. And all those things form who we are and what we believe. Now, if something is not working right for you in life, the first thing I would encourage you to do is to challenge your own belief systems. Go and find out what else there is to learn. The biggest belief system that holds us back is when we believe I can't, or it's not possible, or there's nothing out there that can help. We often say that just off the top of our head. We don't actually know. It's a cop-out. It's a saying. It's a go-to. It's what we're really saying is I don't know. But we will justify our don't know in saying it's not possible. And our brain actually will back up whatever we believe. It will look for evidence to back up whatever it is we're choosing to believe. So I'd like to challenge you to find something you believe and challenge that. Have your own challenge. Now, to give you some ideas, maybe it's something to do with what is a healthy diet. That's a very emotive subject. What we all know what we think is a healthy diet. I challenge you to looking for things in your diet that you believe are healthy that are not. Easy example there. Low-fat products are not healthy because they contain sugar instead. Now, is that true, or is it my belief system? See what I mean? What we believe is based on our own knowledge, experience, and research. It's not necessarily true. Another one is take something that you can't do. Take something that you think you are really bad at, something that you believe you're rubbish at, and I would challenge you to learn it. One of my friends grew up thinking she was a little bit thick, and actually she's not at all. And she later on in adult life went on to do a degree and got a 2-1. And it just shows that she just didn't know that subject, but she'd been told all her life that, that's not something that people like us do. She'd been led into believing that it wasn't something she could achieve. She lacked confidence. Actually, it wasn't true at all. She just needed to learn. So, this is my challenge to you. Find something that you believe and destroy that belief. Form a new one. Form a new positive belief. And I will see you next week.